New polls out today to talk about, and North Carolina is increasingly looking like it's moving to Trump territory. Take a look, ladies and gentlemen. Trump versus Harris in North Carolina. We're looking at UMass, YouGov coming in just today, hot off the presses here, and we're looking at 47% going to Donald Trump, 45% going to Kamala Harris. This is a big deal. In fact, when I look at all of the numbers that are coming in, just to go through some of them with you, I'm seeing Michigan right now at a tie, according to the same polling outfit, 48-48. I'm looking at Wisconsin, which is from Echelon polling, 49-49. They're suggesting here that we're in some kind of dead heat. The New York Times analysis, which relies on 538, which is a Disney-owned ABC News company. New York Times plus 538. You're looking at North Carolina, where he's seeing +1, Georgia up 2, Arizona up 3. And Nevada, they seem to think, is going to be more of a dead even, with Harris potentially taking Michigan and Wisconsin. Pennsylvania might be Trump territory as well. Listen, if he gets Pennsylvania, I think it's pretty much game over. But let's go out to Nate Silver, who has a look at just exactly how all these things add up. I like Nate's model because he's looking at 40,000 different simulations, if you would. So 40,000 different ways that one or another could win this election. And that's pretty massive, right? So it's a little bit like a financial model. And he's got Trump winning with the Electoral College probability at 53.8%. This has basically been going up every single day for the last week. Kamala Harris at 45.8%. So again, Donald Trump at 53.8%, according to Nate Silver. And this is basically looking at all the polls that are out there. He weights some of them differently. He's quite critical of other pollsters and thinks that there's a lot of shenanigans that go down. I mean, who's that guy? Alan Lichtman, who's got his fancy keys, and he says he just plugs in a whole bunch of data from his head into these keys, and he can predict who's winning the election. Yeah, Nate's not really going for that, not with his 40,000 different simulations. So I do actually like his model, and it's different, and it's better, and it's edgier, if you would, than what you're seeing even at the company he founded, which is now owned by ABC News, which is owned by Disney. So you have to understand the biases here, and we know the media certainly has its bias. I mean, they're getting freaked out here. I don't know how many more times they can warn us that, you're heading straight to fascism. Here's this Queen Bee over at Joe Scarborough's show. She married the boss, I guess. Mika B speaking out on The View the other day. Apparently this isn't enough to convince anyone.
Yeah. And guys, here's the warning. You all have set it up, but let me take it a step further, please, if I may. Mm-hmm. This is called normalization.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is the descent into fascism, if we so choose. Normalizing January 6th, it's a day of love. It's a day of love. I'll say it again and again and again. Normalizing enemy from within. I'll say it again and again. I'll say it again and again until you get tired of it, until it's not so funny anymore, or you think he doesn't mean it until you realize he does mean it and it's too late. Saying these strict abortion bans are a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you kidding me? We got to wake up. And here's the good news, because I come with such dire warnings, and I mean them from the bottom of my heart.
Is she going to cry? I mean, I actually thought she might actually cry there. She went on to go on about how this is fascism, etc., and you need to vote against him. By the way, what kind of normalization is that? The kind of hate speech that you hear from the left directed at the right. How is it normal for Joe Biden to call half of America garbage? How would it have been normal for Hillary Clinton to do the same thing with deplorables? How is it normal for her to go on the way how is it normal for, let's see, Letitia James to have gone after Donald Trump for $500 million, nearly $500 million? How would that be normal?